everybody. Welcome to episode 3 for RaulyKnows podcast. Today we have a very special guest. People may know him as Ladero, and I know him as Duce DZ, Quarantine DZ, former UNLV alumni DZ. So what's up, man? How you doing? Thank you guys Hey, make some noise for the man. Thank you so much for joining the podcast.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Thank you for having me on the show, man. It's good to see, some of the people, throughout this quarantine and stuff like that. It's good to see you're still healthy.
Definitely.
A lot of my friends, they're still healthy. I haven't heard of any of my friends going through any crazy things, so it's blessings, you know what I mean?
Definitely blessed. And I kind of heard from some of my friends that actually got sick from it, but they're good now, so that's good. Blessings.
Okay. Yeah.
And so yeah, man, I'm happy to have you here. Happy to have you here healthy. And I see you doing big things, bro. So I think it's only the right time for you to be on the podcast because I feel like you got something to say. And but how we start the show, I want you to okay, so for the people that don't know who you are, you go by LadeezyHype on all socials, on your YouTube channel. You have your clothing line, which I'm wearing here.
Yes, sir.
What do you want the viewers to know about you or the listeners?
I mean, I try to stay happy. You know what I mean? Like, I think happiness is probably one of the biggest things in life that a lot of people don't take seriously. A lot of people kind of take their lives for granted on that note. So anything that makes me happy, that's what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? And I always relay that message to people whenever they ask me, what do I do and stuff like that. It's things that I love to do. You know what I mean? Collecting sneakers and stuff. I've been doing that since way back in middle school. Playing basketball, done it since I was a youngin'. All that stuff, hanging out with good friends, good vibes, stuff like that, creating memories. That's what I'm all about. You know what I mean? Priorities and stuff like that. I get that in line as well along the way. But the main thing is, happiness and good vibes because you never know what could happen tomorrow.
Definitely, man. That was That was a very good way to put it. But man, thank you so much for saying that because I do follow you on YouTube and I'm a very avid watch. Like I would listen as well as I watch your videos, and then I also read the comments. And then a lot of your fans or subs or whatever you want to call them, like they're very they reply to you because you're you genuinely care about your subscribers and stuff like that. So I remember reading one of your comments. It was like, hey man, like you're super underrated. Like you're not like one of these hype beasts like YouTubers, and you actually care about like what the people want to see and stuff like that. And from how long I've been knowing you, everything that you represent, it is positivity. And like today I was watching your new video, and speaking of it, it was a good way to bring out your new opportunity, and we'll get into that later. But right when I started watching, I mean, it's not like I was having a bad day or anything, but like right when I started watching, like, how you doing? It's like easy. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, damn, like he's always like, trying to. I don't know if that was your main focus, but like right when I started watching, I was like, dang, like I feel good now. Like, you know what I mean? You for sure give off the good and positive energy. So with that being said, what do you got working for yourself? And before we go into that, I want to say congratulations on your new move and your new career.
Oh, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, I know a lot of people go into school and like they graduate, and sometimes they don't use their degree for what they went to school for.
Right.
And you have been blessed with the opportunity to actually use your marketing degree.
Yes.
And before we get into the marketing degree, didn't you go to another college before?
Yeah. So before I went to UNLV, I actually went to school up in Oregon for a couple of years. I went to 2 schools up there. The first one was JUCO. I went up there to play sports.
Okay.
So I went up there to play basketball. So the first school I went to was a JUCO. After my 2 years there, I ended up going to a school called Lewis and Clark College. It's a private school, but I tried to continue my.
Where was that again?
It's up in Portland.
Portland, okay.
Portland, Oregon. Yep. So I tried to continue my basketball career through Lewis and Clark. Things didn't quite work out the way that I wanted to, both on the court and as well as in school. The main thing with me was if I wasn't, I was coming in as a junior and it was, coming into a new team. They already had their foundation and stuff like that. So on my mind right away, I already knew, I was going to have to fight for my minutes on the court. But outside of that, though, what they had to offer school-wise, I wasn't feeling it. You know what I mean? So that's why I ended up bringing it back home to Las Vegas. I had the Millennium Scholarship from high school. So, that helped pay for schools. A lot of people that had that Millennium Scholarship, they understand.
Definitely. I definitely, know about the Millennium Scholarship. And shout out to Millennium Scholarship because, man, like it's a blessing definitely to like do well in school for like a scholarship to like even like for you to get blessed with a scholarship to even pay for school.
Right.
Some people have to pay completely out of pocket. So exactly. Trust me, I know what you mean. And how is it like up there in Oregon though? Like I've never been there.
Man, I loved it up there. The first school that I was at, it was in a small city. I got boring at times and stuff like that, but basketball helped me push through that. When I got to Portland though, man, that was, one of the best places that I've ever been to. It's very laid back compared to Las Vegas. And I feel like it was kind of like a getaway for me. You know what I mean? Being in Las Vegas, it's such a fast-paced city. People are, in and out of here. But, when I was out there in Portland, it was more laid back. It was more chill. You could have more conversation with people. Every day I went downtown, literally. After I would go to practice in the morning, go to school, then go downtown. Really? Every day, bro. And I made so many great connections through that. I went to, as many events as I could down there. Whenever I visit now, some of the people, they still remember me whenever I go to the shops and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. And just that laid back environment, I feel like that kind of helped me understand and appreciate other aspects of life.
Damn, that's dope, man. Because one thing I do, like, I don't really travel too much, but whenever I go somewhere, I always end up comparing the place to Las Vegas. Being that I'm from Las Vegas, I was born in LA, but I'm from Las Vegas, so I'm guessing you're born and raised?
Yeah, born and raised in Las Vegas. I, dabbled in and out of a couple different states. I lived in California for a couple years when I was younger. Lived in Arizona for a year, but other than that, mainly Las Vegas.
Yeah, like everywhere I go, like my girlfriend's from Minnesota. We went to Minnesota, and then like I tried going out to get something to eat past 10 p.m. That's not happening. How is it over there in Portland? Is it?
In Oregon, it was kind of similar. Dealing with places closing early, that was a little different. But, we got through it. They had a couple places that were open a little later, like McDonald's, if you were really hungry and, it was late at night. But other than that, you kind of had to cook your own food.
Oh, man.
So
did you learn how to cook?
Bro. I already knew how to cook a little bit before going out there, so I was good. But I can understand, people, going to school at different places and the city shutting down early, they might be struggling. Those struggle meals, bro.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Struggle meals of college, man. I've had a couple of those.
Struggle meals. What's your go-to?
Struggle meal for me was either one of the banquet. They had the banquet had like the Salisbury steak.
Okay.
Mashed potatoes and stuff like that, or just a cup of noodles.
That's the go-to for anyone, honestly. I remember working at In-N-Out, the one right next to UNLV. I used to work. That was like probably like my first real job, I would say. Mm-hmm. My first job was like at a cupcake bakery. Anyway, I used to work at In-N-Out, and every time before we closed, there was a bunch of people that came from the dorms to eat. So like their struggle meal was probably In-N-Out. It's not that expensive too, and we're open late.
Right.
But like I'm pretty sure they appreciated like, and you could tell they weren't from Las Vegas because like they would just try to eat as much as they could. But yeah, man, being that we went to college and stuff. How, like, other than learning, what do you think? Like was the social aspect of it? Do you miss it or like?
Yeah, I definitely miss it. Hanging out with the people that I mainly studied with. Especially out here in Las Vegas, UNLV, I didn't stay on campus. So, I was kind of like, I went to class and went home for the most part. Or, I would study here and there. We'll have our study groups. But other than that, I kind of feel like I didn't take advantage of the opportunities that I had there, like going to all the, basketball games, football games. I would go to one and, here and there, but I should have went to all of them. You know what I mean?
Honestly, like, it was hard for me to do all that kind of stuff because I worked on the weekends all the time.
Right.
But one thing I kind of regret is never going to UNLV premiere.
Yeah,
the premieres got lit, and I never went to one. So it's just like that's one of the things I regret. Right. I don't know if you've been to one. You've been to one?
So my very first year there, I didn't go to one. I didn't really know anybody. You know what I mean? I just came home from Oregon, just kind of jumped into UNLV.
What high school did you go to?
I went to Canyon Springs.
Okay, Canyon Springs.
Yeah, on the north side. But, you know, as far as UNLV went, I seen a couple people from high school, but it was just kind of like a whole new atmosphere. Especially coming from the schools up in Oregon. I went to a couple of smaller schools up in Oregon where everybody pretty much knew each other. Right. And then coming to UNLV is just, you know, 10, 20, 30,000 people. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it was a little different. But once I, you know, connected with some people, you know, some good people, I was able to, you know, have a little more fun with it. But I definitely do wish that I took advantage more of UNLV for sure.
For the social aspect, like I remember watching a video where you explained that you used to actually do this videos like this unboxing and reviews a long time ago, and then you took like a 2-year break. Yeah. Is that correct? Yep. So how did it start? Like what, I know you said that you just do whatever makes you happy. Mm-hmm. So unboxing, you know, obviously getting all this hype stuff. Right. What made you want to be like, you know what? Let me start a YouTube page.
Honestly, it didn't happen like that.
It didn't? Okay,
good. Like first, when I first started YouTube, I wasn't intending on, you know, pushing a channel. Okay. You know what I mean? So how it all started was I had this idea in my head back in college. You know, I'm just sitting around the dorm, and when I came back home to Vegas, I brought this idea to one of my friends. And it was my very first video. It was called Sneakerhead Lifestyle. Okay. And that video just kind of, sorry, go ahead. Sorry,
that was in Oregon?
No, that was out here.
Oh, okay.
But I was going to school in Oregon at the time. So while I was in Oregon, I was thinking of, you know, all this stuff. And I was like, you know what? I think I can make this video. I think it'll pop. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what happened. So my very first video, I posted it, and it low-key blew up a little bit. It didn't get like millions of views, but it got like over 200,000 views.
Damn, first video?
Yeah, my first one.
How'd you market that? You know how to market. So
well, that was before like the whole marketing.
Oh, wow.
This is like my very first year in college. I was just, you know, a kid, and, you know, YouTube wasn't really like popping the way it is now. But I just, you know, I was watching a couple YouTube videos here and there. Got just some kind of like vlogging inspiration somewhat, and I was like, yo, I think like I can make a really dope video. You know what I mean? That was just my thought process. So came together with one of my friends, and she recorded everything, she edited it, and it popped. I'm telling you, I posted it, I think, on like 2 or 3 Facebook pages, you know, just, you know, try to get a little buzz. Okay. And literally, like, I'd say a week or 2 after that, it was already at like 100,000 views.
I used to not believe the hype on the Facebook thing. I'd be like, yeah, I'm done with Facebook. Like once my aunt made a Facebook, I'm like, I'm out, you know? Yeah. But like lately I've been seeing that like it's a lot easier for people to share. Just to hit the share button, just put it on, it kind of uploads to their page, and then it starts blowing up. Right. And especially how close knitted the sneaker community is, or like the fashion community is. You just put in one of the forums, and if people fuck with it, they just like share. Right. One of my friends actually started a podcast, and like every they get most of their views off Facebook, and they just like blow it out the water every episode. Like more people are watching. Like he started off with 1,000 views, which is good. It's great. 4,000, 5,000, and it's so like I believe the Facebook hype for sure. So like that's where I'm gonna start marketing towards too.
Yeah, definitely. Facebook is a great marketing tool. You know, I know that more now than I did before. Before I didn't think it was gonna pop off. Honestly, I just shared it with a couple of friends. You know, I actually shared it with a couple of big YouTubers that I used to watch back in the day too. I don't know if they shared it or not, whatever the case is, but I'm telling you, about a week after I posted that first video, it was already up to like 100,000 views. And it just kind of took off from there. And even to this day, it's like 7 years later now, or I want to say 7 years later, people are still commenting like, I'm watching this video today. That I watched back in, 2013 or whatever.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, And after that, people were just like, yo, keep going with it.
Yeah. So that's like,
that was the foundation.
You were just sitting in you said dorm? You're sitting in your dorm and just brainstorming things. Yep. You think like being in solidarity is what kind of creates like ideas sometimes, or was like, did you have to go through that to be creative, or?
Not necessarily, because you can, I mean, an idea can spark at any moment.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, we can be sitting here right now and I'm like, yo, I got an idea.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? So.
Man, I'm the worst when it comes to remembering ideas. So like you know me, like I do stand up and stuff. So whenever I think about a joke, I'm like, all right, just give me a second. I'm write this one down. Right. I'm writing this one down. So I get it. Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, that's just kind of how everything got started for YouTube. And the reason why I took the break in the first place was just because, there was like a point in time where YouTube, the algorithms changed like heavily. And at that point in time, I was only creating like maybe 1 or 2 videos a month. You know what I mean? I would just get them out whenever I could. School was taking up most of my time. And basketball too. At the time, I was still doing
student
sports.
athlete.
Yep, I was still doing sports in school. So that was taking up a lot of my time. But whenever I could, I would get the videos out. But once YouTube changed those algorithms, I went from getting, I would get like, I wouldn't get the most views. I get like, 1,000, 2,000. Every now and then I'll get one that blows up to like 10,000, even 100,000. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Every now and then. But once they changed the algorithms, it just kind of made it to where the people that are on there more frequently are the ones that are going to be, promoted the most.
Okay.
Per se. You know what I mean? So for me personally, I was only putting out 2 videos a month. I would get, once they changed all of that, I was getting like 100 views.
Oh, wow. I mean? Is it because it wasn't like popping up everywhere or?
Yeah. So when the algorithms changed, they're pretty much the people that are always posting on
always
there,
posting.
they're going to put them at the top. You know what I mean? The people that are barely on there, they'll
but like
put them at the
having
top.
all those views, is that where you got most of your subscribers from, or like they're the ones that eventually started building. The more videos you made, you got more subscribers, or? Yeah.
So honestly, after I got that first video, I'd say like a month later, I already had like 500 subscribers, and I didn't promote it too much. So once people were like, yo, keep going, you know what I mean? Like, do unboxings, do this, do this. I'm like, all right, let's try it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know where I stand right now, honestly. Well, before I started over again, because I actually just started again, December of last year. So from that point on, I almost have, 1,000 more subscribers.
Yeah, you have a really good amount. Like, you have a good following.
Yeah, so, but the thing is, I'd rather have my following be people that are actually going to be interactive
and like watch it, like
exactly,
comment
exactly. And I like having conversations with people. So when people comment, I appreciate it, because that's what's going to help build my channel. You know what I mean? And I definitely appreciate anybody that's supporting. The people that comment, I'm telling you guys, like, I try to reply to every single comment. And even when it's like a negative comment, I even try to reply to it with something like, even if it's like sarcastic.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? But I'll try to do it. So like one of my recent videos, it was a discussion video. So I got a lot of comments on it, and here and there will be like somebody that's like, oh, this collab sucked, blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh yeah, to each their own, but I'll reply to it though. You know what I mean? Because the most important part is building that conversation and building that relationship with your subscribers.
Definitely. That's something I've heard like elsewhere before, and I feel like just since everybody thinks the same, it has to be true. Like, you have to interact with the people that want to watch you and stuff.
Right,
so
exactly.
There's a lot of people that don't do that, like, at all. Like, they just start becoming like, a little jaded, and they're like, nah, I'm too good to reply to people.
Right, yeah.
And like, even big YouTubers reply to their people.
Exactly. Yeah.
But with that being said, like, okay, so you're doing the unboxing videos, you do the reviews.
Mm-hmm.
What is the most expensive thing that you reviewed or unboxed?
The most expensive thing. All right, so right now I'm gonna say these mystery boxes.
The mystery boxes.
Mystery boxes add up, bro.
They
do add up. But on the flip side, because most of the time that I get the mystery boxes, I post them on my my store.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, so you have a store as well. So like,
right.
What do you have in the store?
It's just a bunch of clothes, bro. Honestly, a bunch of clothes. I'm trying to get more shoes put on the website, but it's mostly streetwear. You know what I mean? A lot of hype beast items as well, because that's what a lot of people want. You know what I mean? And I try to get. I'm trying to put it to where I can have something for everyone. So I have the hype beast items, those are priced a little higher, but then I have something that's dope. that will be a lot cheaper than the hype side of that.
So it's like different levels.
Exactly. Yeah. So I want to try to have something for everyone. You know, some people might not agree with that, but that's what I want to bring for my people. You know what I mean? The people that come to my website, you know, it might be a little kid. You never know. They might be, you know, 16, 17 years old and they can't afford a $80 Supreme shirt. But this other shirt right here is really dope and it's only $20.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So that was my main goal with the whole website. And then on top of that, with these mystery boxes, the people are buying it. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty much using that to, you know, create more content for people. When people buy the boxes, I make more videos for them, and it's just kind of like a cycle. Yeah,
definitely. Because I did watch the last unboxing for the mystery boxes, and they came with 2.
Right. Yeah.
So that one, like, I did one mystery box before, but it's not hyped. It was like Young and Reckless. It was just like some like they do like cheap mystery boxes and stuff. So it wasn't really anything hyped. But for the mystery boxes, I'm assuming that like how they get people to buy them is that you might hit on something crazy, or how
right. Yeah. So the goal with the mystery boxes is to try to get more value out of the mystery box than you put into it.
Okay.
You know, and in most cases, that's how the mystery boxes are gonna go. You know, I've ran into, I don't know if you've seen the video, but I've ran into one video. I'm not gonna say the name.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Of the company, but I've ran into a mystery box where, you know, I've gotten way under the value of, you know, the mystery box. But you know, it's a risk at the end of the day. But in most cases, though, you'll be able to make, you know, more or a little bit of profit at least. On the
little wiggle room,
yeah,
to
exactly.
Like, to, you know, make at least your money back.
Yeah, at least your money back, or, you know, maybe a little bit of profit. So that's the cool thing about the mystery boxes.
And is what's your end goal with that? Like your unboxing videos and reviews. You want to continue making them?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if people are enjoying the content, that's why I always ask in my videos for people to, you know, comment or, you know, like the videos. That's just kind of how I gauge, you know, what people are liking. So for my mystery box videos recently, I've been getting 500 plus likes. You know what I mean? So I know for sure that that's what people like to see.
And you're so modest too. Like when you're doing the video, like, can I get 50 likes? And you blow it out the water. Come on, like.
Because honestly, like, I never know, because you know, one day I can post a video and it'll get like 20 likes. You know what I mean? One day I'll post another video, it'll get 10 likes.
But they always blow up that like button, man.
But when it comes to the mystery boxes, though, the past couple of times, I remember that first mystery box. I was like, man, I just spent, you know, however much money. I don't remember what it was, but I spent this much money, man. Like, I hope people watch it. That was what was going on in my mind. And little did I know that video was gonna, you know, get a lot of attention. I think that one has over 650 or maybe not. I think that was the second one. The first one had over 500 likes. You know what I mean? I didn't think it was going to blow up. And I think in that video, I asked for like 20 or 25 likes. You know what I mean?
When I saw it, and I saw how many likes it was at, I'm like, this guy's trolling, if anything.
Nah, I wasn't even trying to troll or anything. I just didn't know, you know, if it was going to get out to, you know, to enough people.
Yeah, and it's funny.
That many likes.
It's funny because I was watching that video with a friend, and then he was like, dude, I like this guy already. Like, he's over here just asking for 20 likes, and he has like 100 likes, 500 likes already. Like, like you could tell, like, he's just not, like, you know, over his head. So, like, even just people that don't even know you, that I feel like watch your videos, are like, yeah, this guy's it for sure. Like, you know what you're doing, and your charisma and everything for sure gets the listeners to pay attention. Because there's people that are, like, kind of douchey, and like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, I understand that. And I try to keep the likes to a minimum for another reason. It's because I actually like to make the videos. You know what I mean? So once I hit that mark, I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's order this next one. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to make the videos. So if I put it too high and I don't reach that mark, it's like, damn, do I make the video or not? You know? So
definitely. And I remember speaking to you because I comment on your videos. If not, I message you, I DM you.
Right.
And I'm editing videos as well, so I always have, like, every now and then I hit you up with a question. I remember telling you, like, bro, like, you're so good at your intros, and you're like, nah, man, it takes me at least 50 times to, like, do your intros sometimes. So how did you get, like, that whole, like, thing down? Like, eventually it just came to you, or do you kind of have to, like, try to create it, or, like, you just let it go?
Honestly, the more that you do it, it's just gonna kind of come more natural to you. When I first started my YouTube videos, I'm telling you, those videos were, I look back at some of those, I'm like, damn,
cringy.
Those are horrendous. And the intros to those were like, oh man, like, You guys don't want to see that, but but you know, as you go on and you keep on doing it, most of the time it's the same intro. You know, so you just kind of once you get the intro out of the way, you just get into the topic. You know what I mean? And that's the most. I think that's one of the most important parts of YouTube. Here's a tip for you guys. One of the most important parts of making a YouTube video is once you're done with your intro, if you have an intro, you want to get right to the topic or whatever you're going to be talking about, because people want to know that, like, it takes 5 seconds of people's time for them to lose interest. Right. You know what I mean? So if you're not trying, not necessarily getting to the point, but at least
let them know what they're gonna watch, exactly. Or to anticipate. I don't want to watch this. All right, no, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's people that clickbait and they don't even show what they clickbait about. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just to get you into the video, and they never show what they're talking about.
Right. And then people. I feel like even now more than because people know that there's a lot of clickbaiters out there. I think now more than ever, you should be trying to get to the point as quick as possible. At least letting people know what your video is going to be about. Because otherwise you can lose their interest right away, and that's it. You know what I mean? They might not even come back to another video.
Definitely. I totally agree with that. Yeah, that's like probably the best way to like keep people watching, because they show you, like, when you have an account, you can see like the analytics of when people stop watching or when people watch or skip to and stuff like that. And then I've actually heard from a YouTuber, I don't know him personally, just watching his videos. It's like they do videos where like they kind of like title the video a certain way, but then kind of surprise them during the video, like they do something like they don't expect. Yeah. So let's say, like, for example, I think it was like a shoe unboxing. So he did a shoe unboxing, and at the end he just came out with another shoe that, like, oh wow, what the heck, So it's just like, maybe that could work, maybe, but I mean, for the most part, just let them know what they're about to watch.
Yeah, and what you're saying is actually pretty true. Like, if you throw a twist in your videos at some point, and that's what people are expecting, after you start doing those twists, like, eventually your subscribers are going to be like, oh, there's going to be a twist in this video somewhere. You know what I mean? And I've been thinking of different things, to go through my future videos with, and, different twists that I can put on the videos to, kind of keep my subscribers entertained. And just doing certain things just for my subscribers and for my the people that are on my notification, or the the notification squad. That's what I call it. The people that are on the notification squad. I have a couple things in mind that I want to do for them, just because they're the ones that get to the videos first.
Yeah, definitely. I mean?
So those are the ones that are 100% supporting whatever you have to do, and those are the ones that I appreciate the most. So I have to I want to get back to those people.
Definitely.
I mean, for sure.
So one thing I wanted to ask you is, okay, so since you're doing your unboxing videos, you're currently working at I mean, you don't need to discuss it, but like you're working. How do you find time? Like, if somebody wants to start a YouTube channel and they're like, no, I might not have time, or like, I don't want to make time for it, like, they probably just don't really want to do it. But like, what is your advice for the listeners? Like, how do you balance it out?
Like, it's been tough lately since I started this new, this new career. It's been a little tough time management wise, just because I haven't quite found the right formula, or the right schedule to, fit everything into my schedule yet. And it's gonna take a little time. I feel like every time I start a new position somewhere, that's how it is. You have to get used to it out. Yeah, you got to get used to the position. But my main thing is, if it's something that you want to do, you'll do it.
Yeah, I agree.
So if you're going about it and you're kind of contemplating like, I don't think I have enough time and stuff like that, like, you probably shouldn't do it at the end of the day. But if it's something that you're gonna make time for because you want to do it, then go for it. I always say go for it. If that's what you want to do that.
Definitely. I agree, man, because this podcast thing, I've been trying to do it for a minute, and I just had to do it. Like, the setup is not where I want it now, but I'm just going to work on that later. But for now, just get the content out, get the people interviewed. I know a lot of people follow you, and they will appreciate whatever they could learn from this podcast. So there's a lot of people that I know have something to say and stories to be said. And with this podcast, I feel like I could, get good interviews in, or conversations, as I say, and people could enjoy them. But with that being said, what do you like to do besides like the hype and stuff like that?
Shoot, basketball.
Basketball. So
that's it, man. All I do, or basketball and travel.
Okay, basketball and travel.
Yeah, those are the main two things. So, I mean, if you don't catch me at work or just chilling with family, I spend so much time with my family too. By the way,
that's good.
So I mean, now that you just mentioned it, things are starting to come to my mind. But family, basketball, and travel.
Okay,
those are the things that I like to do. I spend a lot of time with my family. We come together as a family and have like a family dinner once a week at least. There's tons of birthdays in our family, so we always have something to celebrate.
You have a big family, yeah.
Yeah, really big family.
Where's your family from, or where are you from?
I'm from Las Vegas. Most of my family are from elsewhere, but they've lived in Las Vegas for a long time. Like my mother, she was born in California. My grandmother, she was born in Hawaii. Grandpa was actually born in Thailand. So I have family kind of.
So they kind of mix a little bit, or
yeah, I have family literally everywhere. On my dad's side, my grandparents are from Louisiana.
Okay.
So I have a lot of family down in that area. The southern part of the United States.
Have you been there?
Texas, yeah, Texas,
okay.
Louisiana. There's family everywhere. You know what I mean? But for the most part, a lot of them are here in Las Vegas now, and that's a blessing because there's a lot of people that live with just their immediate family, but they don't get to see a lot of their family.
Yeah, definitely. I know a lot of people like that, so that's why they keep their friends so close, and their friends become so important because like they can't really see their families and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to that, like how do you feel about like having your family? Like, does your family support you when it comes to this stuff?
100%, man. Like at my event for my 1 year anniversary, for my team's 1 year anniversary for the Hmong, we had a 1 year event at Hookah over by UNLV, and literally my whole family was there.
Nice.
The whole time.
Nice.
Yeah, so they love to support. They'll cop some gear too. Whenever I have it in their size, because a lot of them, we don't make large quantities of our stuff. So whenever I can, and I gotta be better about it. I'll get some T-shirts to my family as well, or whatever articles of clothing that they want to cop, or whatever we have. If they want to cop it and we have it, I'll get it to them. But they're 100% support me, and that's one of the biggest blessings, and that's one of the things that keeps me going every day.
Yeah, definitely. It's so like it's so fulfilling to have like people that you love like support what you're trying to do, because I know a lot of people that don't have that family support, and I can only imagine how tough it is to have like not have people not like kind of pick you up when you come down, and like not give you like that nudge where like, hey, you know what, you keep doing your thing, we're gonna support you no matter what you do. And people don't have that, so like it's definitely a blessing to have that.
Yeah, definitely. My parents, like, they pushed me, you know what I mean, since I was young. They pushed me through everything. My parents, they've done the trials and errors. So as parents, they want to teach their kids the right way.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that, once again, that's a blessing that I can't share with everyone. So all I can do is be blessed, thank the Lord for what I have.
Definitely, man. And then one thing I was going to ask you, so if anybody wants to start, be like whatever it is, like it either it be a podcast, cooking, photography, YouTube, what's the mentality that they need to have, or what advice do you have for them, like to give when it comes to just pursuing what they want to do?
Just do it.
Yeah,
Nike,
Nike,
just
the more I think about it, like at first, like just do it, okay, cool, but then like the when you actually start doing it, you're like, dang, that branding is genius. Like,
right, yeah. But the advice that I have to give is that like, don't get down on yourself if you fail at anything, whatever you're trying to do. Don't get down on yourself. It's all trial and error, especially if it's something that you haven't done before. But it's something that you want to pursue. Like, definitely take those trials and errors and learn from it, because you never know, if you keep on going with it, you'll learn. You know what I mean? That's just human nature. You're gonna learn from your failures. Most people aren't gonna make the same mistakes again. You know what I mean? So they're gonna figure out a way to make it work.
Definitely.
So
yeah, thank you for that. And what I was gonna say is very excited to have you here, and I'm excited for what's going on in your life. And like I said, like if you're gonna start something and you're afraid to fail, if you have really good friends, they're gonna either give you really good constructive criticism and not let you fail, or they're gonna be like, you know what, bro, like you're doing your thing and we're here to help you and support you. And like you said earlier, be positive. And if you're positive, like even if your content isn't as great, people are gonna watch it or support you because you're you and you're like representing something positive. So with that being said, thank you so much for joining the podcast, man. If you want them to, you know, drop your LadeezyHype on Instagram,
everywhere.
LadeezyHype on
YouTube, Twitter, wherever you guys want to find me, it's gonna be LadeezyHype.
LadeezyHype / what on the shop.
Oh, Shop LadeezyHype.
Shop LadeezyHype. There you go. So we're gonna drop all that on the description below, and subscribe to LadeezyHype. And if you want to see any unboxing, future reviews on shoes, anything, you know, you want to support the man, we'll put everything on the description below. Thank you so much for tuning in to RaulyKnows episode 3, and thank you so much for joining us, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.